This is your boy, Lord Thaddeus Cray. This one is going to be one that I think you guys will like. It's going to be about a cryptid, and it's going to be along the Bigfoot variety. But at the same time, it's not. This one is going to be about the Rock Ape. Well, what the hell is a Rock Ape, you're wondering? I mean, is it like a monkey made out of rocks or something? No. It's connected to rocks, all right, but not the way you'd think. The Rock Ape is actually one that is a story that was really made popular from the Vietnam War. Many of our boys over there, when that war was going on, had encounters with them. The VC did also. There's actually records on their books as well, to be honest. Now, what exactly is a Rock Ape? It is definitely a creature that resembles a Sasquatch of some sort, or an ape, humanoid. Some people have also described them as being more on the simian side than the humanoid side. Supposedly, they have orange fur or hair. They're not big, like the usual description of Bigfoot. I mean, hell, even the ones that are seen down south and, in this country, supposed swamp apes and all that, they're pretty good size. These ones are actually supposedly about the size of a good-sized person, around 6 foot. Now you gotta think about this. An animal like that is still that size is something that's dangerous. It can probably rip you limb from limb. Let's just leave it at that. Now, why are they called rock apes? Well, supposedly many of our boys, when they were doing missions over there in them jungles, they would see these things, and of course, any animal or primate is going to be very territorial. Period. Especially if you make eye contact with them or grin at them, they think, "Oh yeah, threat. Well, we got to take care of that problem now, don't we?" And of course, what are they going to do? They're going to either try to throw something at you or lay hands on you. And I would not want to be laid hands on by something like that. Supposedly, they would throw rocks at soldiers, and sometimes the soldiers would have to fight back, try shooting at them. I'm not sure if there was any records of anyone killing them, but I wouldn't be surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised if some of our boys didn't make it home because of those things. What I do know is that they were not exactly well liked, and they were definitely, it was not a good thing to encounter them. That I do know. So pretty much most of the stuff that I've read on these things pretty much lists them as definitely physical creatures. Now, could there be metaphysical stuff attached to them? There seems to be with Bigfoot, so I wouldn't be surprised with these critters too, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go ahead and go the scientific route, because you guys already know I'm not too much in, don't get me wrong, I don't ever discount that, especially with the stuff I've seen. But at the same time, I try to have a logical explanation for things like this. Now, supposedly, like I said, they're orange or red furred, kind of a lighter color. There's something in Asia that actually has a similarity to that, and that is the orangutan. Something to think on this. What other animal is pretty well known, which many people don't think about, which could definitely account for different Bigfoot sightings today? Maybe an animal that never really went extinct. Think on this. Gigantopithecus. A massive, massive great ape that has long since been extinct for a long time, thousands of years, if not longer than that. But supposedly, prehistoric men had encounters with these things, and helped it, of course, really quickly to extinction. But if this thing was smart, or maybe nature had a hand in its evolution, I do believe evolution is a real thing. It's different than how Darwin put it. Make no mistake, the Lord definitely has put that in nature's plans. That's just something that I think is right in front of you. Leave it at that. But I'm not here for that debate. I believe firmly that Gigantopithecus may be an offshoot of it, which is believed to be related to the modern-day orangutan. This much, much, much bigger, bigger than a gorilla. These things were supposedly around 10 foot tall, probably weighed at, half a ton or more in weight. Just imagine the damage something like that could do, But what if they evolved in a different way? What if these creatures became smaller? Not dumber by any means, probably smarter. Make no mistake, orangutans are smart. I mean, they're not like quite chimp level or anything like that, but they're don't get me wrong. Orangutans and gorillas they're still smart. They're very bright animals. Make no mistake. But anyway, what I'm trying to get across to is, what if these things became slightly smaller and a whole hell of a lot smarter? They'll definitely be able to. They probably hold similar kind of behavior. Probably maybe a little bit more aggressive, especially the smarter something is. It seems to almost be like a default. The smarter something is, at least when it comes to us primates, the more dangerous it is. Look at chimpanzees, for God's sake. Those things are vicious. My God. I mean, don't even get me started on them. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're magnificent animals, but you gotta think on this, in a zoo, when zookeepers find out them things have escaped, yeah, put them down. It ain't worth the trouble trying to capture them. They're dangerous. You got just saying. That's really, I think that maybe the Rock Ape has developed. Do I think it could be an offshoot of Sasquatch? Definitely. It could even be maybe a hominoid that evolved into that area. Maybe smaller than the average Bigfoot, but big enough, obviously, to cause a problem. Probably a social animal or creature. Probably very social. I'm pretty sure these things, supposedly there was even reports of these things living in tribes, so I wouldn't be surprised. These things are probably not solitary. They're probably very, like I said, very advanced, intelligent. Of course, they have enough sense to keep on the down low. And of course, you have to understand something. Make no mistake, I do believe something is out there when it comes to these creatures. And I just think they're a wee bit more, I'm not going to say more intelligent than Bigfoot, because I don't think that's the case at all. But I think it's like an apple and an orange. I think that these things have definitely evolved to their environment. Do I believe these creatures could exist? Well, obviously. I mean, it just speaks for itself. I mean, how many undiscovered animals have we anywhere? A lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, we drive a lot of them to extinction before they're ever discovered, but I'm just saying, something this intelligent and this creature that is able to adapt like this, I can almost guarantee you it's not extinct. And I wouldn't be surprised, of course, if those in charge know about it. And naturally, they're not going to be putting that out there because it's just not worth the trouble for, the public response. But I just wanted to put that out there. I figured this was more something that you guys might like. And I'm definitely going to be putting out more cryptid-related content where I can. But for right now, you guys know what I do. If you've had an encounter of, cryptid variety or supernatural variety, I would love to hear your story. Hit me up at westvic@IamDarkWaters.com. You guys be blessed and you be safe.